Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. Alright, so I missed some shows. Very sorry about that, but the snowstorm in Austin and all of Texas and whatever other states were affected. We were affected pretty bad in Austin. The power went out, the water went out. It was freezing for days on end, which we are normally used to 1 or 2 day freezes and then kind of all staying inside and hunkered down and not driving. But this went on for a few days, almost a whole week, and it was very unexpected. So I wasn't able to keep up my daily show podcasting abilities, and it just knocked me off of my entire schedule. Then I had scheduled a moving truck for pretty much the day after we're all able to kind of drive around and start doing things. We started moving a bunch of stuff, and I just could not get back into the swing of things. So now I'm back. And another thing that I noticed is when I kind of stopped doing the show for a little bit, I start to get nervous to get back on and start talking. Even though I'm just talking to myself, even though I don't have very many listeners, there's something nerve-wracking about getting back on the microphone or back on the camera and posting to the world again. So I don't know if the nerves just kind of never go away. I know that I don't necessarily think that I'm at the highest quality at my podcasting skills that I'm trying to work on and build. So maybe it's just a little insecurities or whatever, but it was really hard to come back, sit down, press record, and start producing the show again. I haven't fully moved. I'm in the same place, but I have taken out all of my giant big furniture that I might need help or have to ask a guy to come help me or do something like that. All the big stuff is out of the way. Now I just have little stuff to deal with and organize with moving. I haven't officially sold our house yet, so there's still a chance that we might have to keep showing. We are in a contract period. But I kind of left a lot of things to where if I do have to restage the home, I can do it. And we do have our bed still. But I am going to give the bed away once we finally move out of the house. I feel so much more organized. Even though I do have things in storage, I just feel that lift that you feel when you kind of get rid of a bunch of stuff and you start becoming a minimalist and you realize how much your mind can expand because you don't have a bunch of stuff you may not necessarily need all in your space. So I'm feeling great. I have my computer fully organized. I put anything that I wasn't currently using on my external hard drive. I backed up all of my old material from another external hard drive all onto one brand new one. So I'm just totally organized and cleaned up, ready to go, and onto a lot of new projects. Yeah, it just feels great. My workspace is awesome. So there's this person on YouTube named Darlene Desi, and she has a YouTube channel. It's sort of that cottage core, slow living, cinematic, really slow type of YouTube channel where she's kind of romanticizing even the most simplest things and kind of making boredom look beautiful. And those things just so inspire me because I feel like we value hustle so much and we value just go and achieve all the time. And really, you can be young. I mean, I'm not in my 20s anymore, but it's the fact that a young person can say, you know what, I want to simplify everything. I want to live in a cottage in the woods and just live this kind of fairy tale magical lifestyle for a minute. I feel like you can do that young. You don't have to wait until you retire to achieve things. So I really do love all these quiet living YouTubers, and a lot of them all seem to be really great with their camera, have really great lenses, are really great with color editing every single video to look the same every single time. I don't know if I'd ever be able to achieve that level of film and editing consistency, because I think I'm a little bit more ADD when it comes to film. And plus, I could take the nicest camera in the world and shoot with it, and it ends up looking like a 1980s camcorder. There's just something that when I touch cameras and technology, it ends up looking dark and gritty and weird. And I do like that. So it is my style, but I can get annoyed that it can never get that like crisp, cool, clean look, which is why I film a lot in black and white, and I edit a lot in black and white because I just feel like it captures some style inside me when I'm shooting stuff. So I am a little bit jealous of all the YouTubers that are able to get such beauty in such simple things. It did inspire me to start up doing some TikToks again, so I am going to add doing a daily TikTok into my little schedule and routine. If you hadn't heard before, I'm kind of putting social media on the total back burner and only thinking about content and focusing on podcast platforms like iTunes and Spotify and YouTube. And I'm just not, although social media like Instagram and Facebook can be fun, I just kind of realized I wasn't getting that much out of it. And when it comes to business, for me, I was never to capture that huge audience that it made sense to spend the amount of work that it probably takes to get a huge big audience and people communicating and responding and doing things. So my perspective and my agenda, I guess, is to work on my content and my skills, and it might take a few years before I actually get good, focusing on that over social media. However, I do feel like TikTok is a different beast, so to speak, compared to what Instagram and Facebook were. Instagram and Facebook just feel kind of boring and old to me. Not that it's totally pointless to be there, but for business, it just doesn't feel worth the time invested. When I go into TikTok, it seems so much faster, and the content you can create inside TikTok is just a lot cooler and a lot more fun. I see with Instagram Reels, Instagram's trying to keep up with the level of creativity that someone can create inside their platform. I don't see Facebook doing anything different. I'm not sure what Facebook's angle is. I know they're spreading out into other types of companies, such as the VR space, to where they might not necessarily be worried about keeping up with whatever trends happening. They might be building something else. So I know with Facebook, they were doing Facebook Horizon, which was the VR hangout space. So if you bought an Oculus, which is their Facebook headset, then you could kind of link your Facebook profile inside this Facebook Horizon and kind of build your own little social media world inside Facebook Horizon. I had been trying to log into that, and I just was never able to get in. And then I did notice that Facebook had Facebook gaming icon at the top of their page as soon as you logged in. And it was something that you could click and see what live gaming streams were happening. But I see that's gone, and now they kind of, to replace that icon for the live streaming games, they have replaced it with just kind of like a video, how Facebook is kind of trying to compete with video with YouTube, but I don't necessarily know if it's ever going to be there. But at least they're trying. Live streaming Facebook gaming icon is, I guess, gone from the homepage and now has been replaced with the Facebook video icon. So I guess they're going to try to get people watching more videos. Who knows what's happening? All I know is I kind of gave up on Facebook a long time ago, except for I do find value in Facebook groups. I wish LinkedIn groups were as popular as Facebook groups, but it just didn't ever seem to happen. So anyway, I guess my whole point is being inspired by the quiet living cinematic YouTubers. I feel like I'm going to try to do a little 15-second daily TikTok, and then I will just repurpose that little cinematic thing that I create every morning when I'm doing my morning pages, and I'll repurpose it for Instagram. I don't really like to post anything on Facebook anymore. But I haven't totally given up on Instagram. I'm like 99% have totally given up on Instagram. But we'll see what happens when I start to implement interviews into Idea Diary show. I could see the one shining star, the one little nugget of something sparkly inside Instagram is the ability to do video interviews with somebody that also has an Instagram account, which is most people, in general. We'll see if I end up continuing to post and build some sort of profile on Instagram. I'm not totally sure yet. I'm back into the show, back into the swing of things. So it's usually been pretty easy. Once I shake my nerves off and I'm back to shooting, I'm back to editing, I'm back to the microphone, I feel like now I'm feeling really relaxed and I can keep it going. And I hope y'all are still out there and listening. If you are and you want to say hi, my directory of where you can find any place to write me at that you want to write me at or send a direct message is at valerieaiello.com. And yeah, that's where you can find me. So I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.